3 nuns on the run. Well, okay, walk. The only remaining residents of this convent surrounded by the spectacular beauty of the Austrian Alps. But in 2022, when they left for temporary medical treatment, they were transferred against their wishes to a church-run care home.
Ich bin Schwester Bernadette.
We took our vows, 88-year-old Sister Bernadette says, which means we remain here till our deaths. A contract, she says, the church has broken. Leaving the care home with the help of well-wishers and local villagers, they returned to find the locks changed and the convent without electricity or water, now rectified with the assistance of a locksmith and an electrician. The church authorities say the building is unsuitable and puts their health in danger, but their supporters insist the 3 are more than capable of looking after themselves. I'm happy to be home, 86-year-old Sister Regina says. It's unclear what the church's next move will be, but for now, after a 3-year absence, they're back. The wheels of justice, as they say, grind slowly. John Sudworth, BBC News.
Hey family, welcome back to my desk. Dr. Dandridge here. It's always good to spend this time with you. Today I want to share this story that really touched me, a story that's been unfolding over in Europe. It's about 3 Austrian nuns, Sister Bernadette, Regina, and Rita, who are 88, 86, and 82 years old. After being moved into a retirement home, they decided they just couldn't stay there any longer. With the help of volunteers, former students, and even a locksmith, they returned to their old convent, Gloucester Goldstein near Salzburg. Now, this convent wasn't just some building. It was their spiritual home, the place they had served and prayed and taught for decades. To them, being forced out felt like being torn away from who they were. What struck me was that even at their age, these sisters had such a strong sense of belonging that they were willing to face discomfort just to be back where they felt called to be. The convent, by many reports, wasn't exactly ideal. It had limited electricity, no hot water at times, and definitely not the conveniences of modern care facilities. Yet they said being in the retirement home felt them feeling a little homesick, disconnected, and even out of place. One of the sisters described it as unbearable. Their story reminds us that sometimes comfort isn't the most important thing. Sometimes it's calling, purpose, and the deep sense of home God places in our hearts. Now, not everyone sees it the same way. Church leaders have raised concerns pointing out that the convent isn't equipped for proper care and that their safety and well-being could be at risk. And that's a fair point. Health and dignity in old age are important. But what these nuns are highlighting is something just as powerful: the right to choose how they want to live out their final days. They even mentioned that they had a contract promising them residence for life. And they're standing on that. Their return wasn't just a stubborn act, it was a reclaiming of their spiritual identity. When I reflect on this, I see lessons for us all. Faithfulness is rarely convenient, and sometimes it's costly. These women chose to return to a place where they might face hardship, but it mattered more to them to remain in the presence of the life they built for God. It makes me wonder, how often do we choose the easier road when God is asking us to stay rooted in the harder, holier one? Their story also shows us the importance of community. They didn't return alone. Their students, people whose lives they had touched decades earlier, rallied around them, bringing food, restoring utilities, even ensuring they had medical visits. What a beautiful picture of sowing seeds that later bear fruit. So let's think about what this means for our own lives. Do you know your spiritual home? Maybe it's a church, a ministry, or simply a group of people where you feel God's presence strongest. Do you guard that space or let life's challenges and changes push you away? These sisters challenge us to value the places and promises where God has planted us. They also remind us that none of us were meant to walk alone. Just as they leaned on community, you and I need others in our faith journey. Don't be afraid to ask for help, to invite people into your struggles. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is lean on someone else. And here's another big takeaway. Faith has no retirement plan. Just because you're older or society says your time of usefulness has passed doesn't mean your calling is over. God can use you in every season. These sisters are proof. They are in the 80s. They're in their 80s. And instead of fading quietly into the background, they're literally making headlines because they're still living out their convictions. It makes me think of Paul's words in 2 Timothy where he says, I fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. That's the kind of finish I want for my own life. So let me encourage you today. Maybe you feel like you've been sidelined. Maybe people around you are saying you can't or you shouldn't. But what is God calling you to remain faithful to? Where is he asking you to stand firm even when it's not easy? And who are the people walking with you, the ones who will help you carry that calling? Don't let fear or inconvenience keep you from being where God wants you to be. As we close here at my desk, I'd love to hear from you. Is there a place in your life that feels like your convent, a calling, a ministry, a home that you believe God still wants you to hold on to? Who are the people supporting you in that? I want you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might encourage someone who is listening right now, really trying to find their home. And if this conversation has inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use the encouragement. Let's take the example of sisters Bernadette, Regina, and Rita with us today. They remind us that faithfulness doesn't expire, that hope is not just where we live, and where we serve and where we belong. And also at no matter age, no matter what our age is, God still calls us to stand firm. Thank you for joining me at my desk. I'm Dr. Dandridge. Until next time, stay rooted in faith, grounded in hope, and encouraged in your walk.